Dr. Sanjay Gupta is out front. And Sanjay, you were just in Africa covering the Ebola outbreak. Now we're hearing about MERS. What's causing this to suddenly become an outbreak and to spike?
You know, all of these viruses, if you look at the history of them, they all are what are called zoonosis viruses, meaning they make the jump from animals to humans. Sometimes it's easier to figure out, as you and I talked about. We don't know for sure where it comes from with Ebola, but we get a better idea now where it's likely coming from for MERS. And that is single hump camels, known as dromedaries. These are the types of camels that could be harboring this virus. You see them there. It could be living in these camels. You know, it could have been there for a long time, but for some reason, it makes the jump. It makes the jump from animals to humans. It's a fascinating process, Aaron. They screen all sorts of animals, sheep, cattle, pigs, birds, and eventually figure this out. It's a real medical mystery, but they think that they've got it solved.
Wow, and I know, you know, obviously, we sometimes make jokes on the show. We said, why are they blaming camels? But I know they're saying, you know, that they have done the studies now to determine that's where it comes from. How Sanjay, does it spread from a camel to a person? And why, at this point, is this a Saudi Arabia-specific situation?
You know, a lot of times these viruses will start in a certain part of the world, as you mentioned SARS earlier, but then could spread in other places. You know, they don't know exactly how it's getting from camels to humans. And while they have found the virus, the actual virus in camels, there could be other animals as well as part of this whole mix. They think it could be camel meat. It could be drinking unpasteurized camel milk, which I guess both those things are common in Saudi Arabia. It could be droplets for people who are around camels. It could be even, you know, the camel spit or some fluids from the camel that gets on someone's skin and is transmitted that way. You remember, Aaron, that's how Ebola is transmitted, fluids actually getting on one's skin. So they haven't figured that out. They have shown that it can spread human to human as well, but it's very difficult for that to happen.
Could someone have this virus, get on an airplane, and all of a sudden the infection becomes something significant, huge?
I think that is a real concern, and you know me well enough to know that I don't like to be alarmist about these things. But there's two things. One is that there's an incubation period. You could be exposed, you could have the virus, you're not yet sick, and you could get on a plane, and that can just happen. It's going to happen. In fact, it's already happened where you've had people in Europe who've had the MERS virus in their body that they got from Saudi Arabia. So this has already happened.